Feel that crushing frustration when you're about to back a startup, but the fog of uncertainty blinds you. When every pitch sounds like a gamble, and your gut screams warning, yet you're trapped by incomplete info, half-truths, and polished lies. That nagging fear. What if this deal is a nightmare waiting to blow up your portfolio? What if the real competitors lurking in the shadows will crush the vision you're supposed to bet on? This pain, this gnawing doubt, it's choking the life out of every investor and founder trying to break free from the predictable trap. Forget what you've been told, that a competitive analysis is just a box to tick, a surface-level tickler to calm regulators or impress clients. That approach is a death sentence. It's the difference between flying blind and holding the map that unlocks unseen pathways. It's your key to unlocking brutal clarity in a world built on comforting lies. The truth that most miss is that competitive analysis is not just data collection. It's the ultimate weapon to dismantle illusions, to tear through the noise, and see the battlefield more clearly than anyone else. Let's get raw. The world throws freedom in your face, but chains you with outdated scripts about market research and due diligence. You're urged to look at what everyone else sees, to follow trends like a slow herd. But where does that leave you? Being late to the party with the same tired questions. Surprise? That's where dreams go to die. The very thing you need, an explosive, fearless, intelligent way to dissect competition, is buried under layers of fluff, ignorance, and false comfort. The rage should be real. How can you be an architect of change if you're sipping from a shallow pool of common knowledge? Here's the brutal truth. If your competitive analysis doesn't make you feel the battlefield, if it doesn't ignite a fire of aggressive insight, if it doesn't expose every threat and every weakness hidden beneath the surface, you're already beaten. You're just a pawn in the predictable game, not the player who rewrites the rules. Every moment wasted on assuming your competition is what they say they are multiplies risk, fuels deceit, and feeds mediocrity. Now, let's burn away the waste and get to the core, the undeniable, game-changing moves that turn competitive analysis from boring homework into your fiercest weapon. First, stop looking only at direct competitors. That's investor suicide. Your real threats are hiding in adjacent industries, emerging tech, unexpected ecosystems. For instance, if you're investing in a fintech startup, don't just compare it to the other banks or payment apps. Investigate non-obvious challengers, crypto disruptors, regulatory tech changes, user behavior shifts caused by social platforms. Hunt in the shadows, dig deeper than the pitch deck, smell the fear in those overlooked corners, because that's where your real enemies reside. Second, read the humans behind the logos. Knowing a competitor's revenue or market share is a start, but it's boring. Find out why their customers stay or flee. Map out the emotional pulse of the market. What are users secretly cursing? What promises are being broken? Scan founder interviews, social media comments, employee reviews. Uncover whispers that reveal fractures in those rival empires. When you expose those cracks, you find leverage no spreadsheet will show. Third, analyze not just what your competitors have built, but what they cannot build, and why. Sometimes the path not taken screams louder than the polished roadmap. Are there internal cultural bones buried beneath a glossy product? Is the team motionless under pressure? Danger lies not only in what they do, but what they will never dare to do. Your mission is to uncover that paralysis, because differentiation isn't just about being better. It's about being the only one unafraid to stand where others hesitate. Fourth, weaponize timing and market rhythm. Investors obsess over numbers but neglect rhythm. When is the right moment to strike? Timing is almost never published in reports. Scrutinize regulatory waves, emerging consumer trends that haven't exploded yet, technology adoption curves that competitors are oblivious to. Put yourself years ahead by synchronizing your moves with these silent market heartbeats. Waiting for someone else to light the fire is how you end up watching your investment die a slow death. Fifth, incorporate scenario wargaming into analysis. Reality isn't static. Your competitors won't sit still. Chaos reigns. Develop worst-case and best-case scenarios that rip apart standard forecasts. Assume your competitor will launch aggressive ploys, pivot unexpectedly, or collapse spectacularly. Force yourself to play devil's advocate so hard it hurts. This sharpened anticipation is your shield and sword. Investors who fail here survive by chance, not by skill. Now listen hard. This obsession with competitive analysis isn't just about protecting dollars or managing risk. It's about transcending the entire outdated system telling you what investing should be. It's about reclaiming your freedom as a strategic thinker, a risk master. You must burn the rule books that confine you to average outcomes, because the elite don't accept the systems as they are. They dismantle them, rebuilding networks of power with partners who challenge, not comfort. Your competitive analysis is your code to that new world. Every fragment of data, every market whisper, every weakness in a competitor's armor is a link in the chain you're forging to change the game. And it all demands brutal honesty, ruthless skepticism, and a refusal to settle for anything less than absolute clarity. If you're not turning your competitive analysis into a living, breathing beast, constantly hunting, adapting, challenging, you're handing power to others who won't hesitate to rewrite your fate. So, right now, take this command like a firestorm. Dig beyond the obvious. Hunt competitors like predators hunt their prey, relentlessly, intelligently, emotionally. Use human insight, market rhythms, and wild scenarios to build an immortal mental map. Refuse to be fooled by surface polish or slick pitches. Sharpen your senses to fear, frustration, and weakness, and extract pure strategic gold. That's the game changer. That's the edge no compliant investor, no comfortable founder has dared to claim. It's brutal but freeing, because when you master this, you don't just survive the chaos. You control it. This is your call to arms, not to pretend in safe illusions, but to dominate reality as it brutalizes the unprepared. Competitive analysis, done right, is your liberation from the mediocre, the predictable, the slow death of status quo investing. Embrace it with every ounce of fire and fury, because the future is woven by those who see the battlefield clearly and act with the fierce conviction of the few who refuse to lose.